Hello, wonderful students. We're chugging along on Chapter 10. We're on Chapter 10, Lesson 11. This one is on page 771. If you see this rock star, get it? A rock star, huh? He's a rock playing a musical instrument. You know you're on the right page. Today we are going to be dividing unit fractions by whole numbers. This is just a little bit opposite than what we did previously. And so we're going to take a look at this. Example 1, Elijah, hello, shout out to Elijah, is sorting his music into playlists. 1/2, that's a fraction, but it's written out. 1/2 of his music is rock music. He wants to make 3 separate rock playlists. If each playlist is the same size, what fraction of his music will be on the rock playlist? So this time, we're taking the 1/2 of his music and we're dividing that by 3. So here we have all of Elijah's music and we have this 1/2 portion that's rock. We have this 1/2 portion that's rock music. And so it says he wants to divide it into 3 equal playlists. So let's just take a look here. Let's divide it into thirds, into 3 equal parts, How many equal sections do we have now? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? How many of the parts represent the fraction of the music that is on one of the rock playlists? Let me read that again. How many of the parts represent the fraction of the music that is on one of the rock playlists? So we're not paying attention to this part too much right now, but we've got one rock playlist. How much of the whole is that? One rock playlist out of 6. So out of all of his music, that one rock playlist is 1/6. So 1/2 divided by 3 is 1/6. 1/2 divided by 3 is 1/6. And you can use multiplication to check. 1/6 times 3, that's the same thing as 1/6 times 3 over 1. Multiply across the numerator, multiply across the denominator, simplify, and we're back to the 1/2 we started with. We can do it in reverse order to check our work. Now this is a little bit, it seems tricky, but I'm going to show you how to do this work without doing all of this. I'm going to show you something a little bit different. So it says, in the buffet line, there was only 1/4 of a pan of spaghetti left. So here's the spaghetti. There was only 1/4 of a pan left. 3 friends decide to divide the spaghetti evenly. What fraction of the whole pan of spaghetti did each friend receive? So we're dividing 1/4 by 3. So we have to divide this 1/4 by 3. So one person is going to get 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 sections total. The friend is going to get 1/12 of the amount. 1/12. Now I'm going to show you the way that I like to do these problems. And that is this. These are your rules. Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. And I promise you that you're going to be doing this rule for the rest of your math life whenever you have to do with fractions. My 11th grader was just using it. My 9th grader was just using it. You'll use it in middle school. Keep, change, flip. So whenever you're dividing fractions, you use keep, change, flip. So here's my question. 1/4 divided by 3. And remember that 3 is a 3 over 1. So I'm going to keep the first thing. So I just rewrite it. Change, I'm going to write it sideways. Change the sign. What's the opposite of division? Multiplication. And then flip. I flip my last one. So instead of 3 over 1, it becomes 1 over 3. And now I just multiply. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 3 is 12. I think this is a lot easier than trying to figure out the model. I get confused on the model, so I want us to use keep, change, flip. And you can use that whenever you're dividing fractions. So 1/3 divided by 3. So just ignore this. 1/3 divided by 3. Keep the first one. So you're just going to rewrite it. 1/3. Change the sign from division to multiplication. Flip the last one. Now you have to remember that a whole number is over 1. So 3 over 1 becomes 1 over 3. Now I have a multiplication problem, and that I already know how to do. 1 times 1 is 1, multiply across the numerator. 3 times 3 is 3, multiply across the denominator. 1/9. And I don't know, don't worry about this because that's, that was the check, the work check. So it's 1/9. 1/9. We're going to do lots of practice with this, with keep, change, flip. So give yourself some time to figure this out. So we're going to use, I want you to write at the top of your page, keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. So we keep the first thing, 1/2. Where should I write it? Let's do it right here. We change, so that one's done. We change the second part. So division turns to multiplication. We flip the last one. Now, right now, we have to remember that's how it is as a fraction, 6 over 1. So it becomes 1 over 6. Now I multiply. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 6 is 12. My answer is 1/12. If you did the models, you would see that if you divide these into 6 equal parts, you would get 1 out of 12. I think that sometimes is a little bit tricky, so we're going to keep using keep, change, flip. Keep, our first one. Change, our second thing. Division turns into multiplication. Flip, our last one. That 2 is really a 2 over 1, right? 2 over 1 equals 2. That's 2 divided by 1, which is 2. So we flip it like that. Now I just multiply. 1 times 1 is 1. Multiply the numerator. Multiply the denominator. 7 times 2 is 14. 1/14 is my answer. You can check your work on these, but I'm going to skip it for right now. I just want you to get in the habit of doing keep, change, flip. Keep, the first thing, so rewrite it. Change the sign. Division becomes multiplication. Notice I'm writing it side to side. Flip. This is a fraction. It's 4 over 1, so I can flip it to 1 over 4. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 4 is 16. My answer is 1/16. 1/5 divided by 2. Keep, change that division sign into multiplication. It's opposite. And flip. Remember my 2 is 2 over 1. It's a whole number, so it's 1 over 2. Now I just multiply. 1 times 1 is 1. 5 times 2 is 10. 1/10. Okay, I want you to try to do number 6 on your own, just number 6. Pause the video here, try to do number 6 on your own. 1/2 divided by 4. Remember, keep, change, flip. Okay, so you should have kept 1/2, you keep it, you change your sign to multiplication, and you flip. This was 4 over 1, it's now 1 over 4. Then you multiply. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 4 is 8. You should have got 1/8 on that one. 1/8. Okay, I want you to try and do number 7. Try and do number 7 on your own. Remember, keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. Hopefully you've done the work already. If not, you should pause it. But we've got 1/9. We keep. Did that one. Now we change the sign to multiplication. It's its opposite. And we flip our final number. Remember, this is a whole number, so it's 2 over 1. So it becomes 1 over 2. We did keep, change, flip. Now we just multiply. Numerators, 1 times 1 is 1. Multiply the denominators. 9 times 2 is 18. 1/18. We're going to do a couple on this back page. Do a couple on this back page. Pause it here if you need more time to write that down. I think word problems that involve division of fractions can be tricky. So it says 1/5, remember that's 1/5 of the text messages that Natalie sends her to her family. She sends an equal amount of text messages to her mom, dad, and sister. So how many people did she send them to? Her mom, her dad, and her sister. So she's dividing by 3. What fractions of the text messages go to her sister? So we're going to do keep, change, flip still. We're going to do keep, change, flip. Repeat that after me. Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. Okay, good. So we're keeping 1/5. We're changing the sign from division to multiplication, and we're flipping the last thing. 3 is 3 over 1, so we're going to make it 1/3. Now we multiply across the numerator. 1 times 1 is 1. Multiply across the denominator. 5 times 3 is 15. 1/15 of all of her text messages go to her sister. Asher has 1/2 of a ton of mulch to spread equally, to divide, right? When you're spreading something, you're dividing it equally into 8 square yards. How many tons of mulch will be spread in each square yard? So in one section of it. So we have 1/2 divided by 8. Remember that 8 is over 1. It's a whole number. So we're going to keep the first one. Keep. We're going to change the sign, and we're going to flip the last one. Now we multiply. Across the numerator, 1 times 1 is 1. Across the denominator, 2 times 8 is 16. 1/16. Keep, change, flip. Last one, you guys, for today. Last one. We're going to finish on this one. Hayun has 1/3 of his science project to complete still. He wants to spend an equal amount of time, equal amounts or fractions, on his science project over the next 3 nights. What fraction of the science project will he complete each night? So we have 1/3 divided by 3, the whole number 3, remember, which is 3 over 1. Now we're going to use, whenever we're dividing fractions, we're going to use keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. Keep the first one, change the sign, flip the last one. Now we multiply. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 3 is 9. He will spend 1/9. He needs to do 1/9 of his whole assignment each night to finish. And we can see that if he did 1/9 on one night, and 1/9 on the next night, and 1/9 on the next night, he would do, the denominators are the same, 1, 2, 3, 3 nights if we added them, which is the same, that's 1/3, and that's what he has left. So 1/3 is what he has left, and that's what he would finish. So that is it. Give yourself, go down here to Hot Problems, and give yourself a smiley face. And then below this, I just want you to write keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. Keep up the good work.